Be sure to thank HyperX, Thermaltake, and Sapphire in the comments. Without them, we wouldn't be here. And also be sure to click on the links in the description. ASUS has got a lot going on with ROG. They've even got a total line of Strix stuff coming out, so let's just jump in and check it out. Now, first thing, we've got the new Swift monitor here. This is 4K, 60 hertz, maybe more than that with G-Sync. They're not sure. They're going to continue to try to push and get the highest refresh rate that they can possibly get, because this isn't coming out for a while. So it also, it's a Strix, so it moves up and down. I mean, not Strix, it's a ROG Swift. It moves up and down, swivels, of course. I'm not going to do it all right now. So it's just robust amount of things you can do with it. That's a weird sentence. I'll never say it again. So there it is, nice and vertical. So you get like 3 or 4 of these, vertical, 4K. No graphics cards will be able to take care of that with 3 of these, like doing, surround, but whatever. Let's take a look at this Strix keyboard here. This is the Strix Tactic Pro, and this one's going to be mostly good for MMOs, but it comes in blues and browns in the States, and I'm not sure about reds anywhere else, but as you can see, total gaming keyboard, you got your macros here. You also have some buttons down here, just lots and lots of options, plus these are all macro keys with the aid of the function key. And there's probably many things that it's going to do that I'm not even sure about yet. We have like a USB hub, I don't see one yet, so who knows? This can always change as well, but we have the nice rocker up here, the roller. What do you call that roller? Not a rocker, it's a roller, whatever it is. It's a rock and roll. Rock and roll. This is getting a bit too metal for my taste. I like that easy listening, And then moving on over, this is the Strix Claw. And the Strix Claw, it's got a 5000 DPI sensor, and it has a precision 1-to-1 mode guaranteeing no acceleration. And that's what we like, no acceleration. So that's pretty cool. It's got a decent look to it. 3 buttons here instead of the standard 2 that you would see on most mice, but we might play with that in the studio. And then let's check out this. This is the Strix 7.1. And you know what? I'm really anti-simulated surround sound, and I guess ASUS has been hearing me yell about it. So these are actual surround sound. There's several different drivers in there. They are telling me they didn't neglect the stereo mode on these, because they do have 40 millimeter drivers. Neodymium, yeah, up in here. They're very comfortable. This goes right around the ear. And then let's take a look at this. Thank you very much, Albert. Now check this out. You can plug speakers into this, and if you have speakers plugged in, just a standard, auxiliary plug on the back, this will control everything. You can control the volume of each individual driver in the 7.1 headset. You can switch between speakers and the headset with the touch of a button here, instead of having to go into your settings in Windows or whatever OS you're in and mess around. So you just have a ton of options. You can even control lighting.
It's driverless.
Yes.
Plug it in, go.
And go. Driverless, just USB, done. Very simple keyboard. This is rubber domes. I just like it because it's volume knob. All right, moving on. All right, prototype. Check this action. ROG Spatha wireless mouse. There's one more thing I want to mention about these ROG mice. Now, this one is a prototype. It's going to be more of an MMO mouse. They're not sure if it's going to be laser or if it's going to be, infrared, but it's going to have all these buttons here. And as you can see, the buttons on the side are shaped all differently. Get a look at all those different shapes there, just tons of different shapes. Now, Omron switches, right? But not exactly 10 million or 20 million click rated switches. They're whatever switches you want. Here's what they're doing. They're giving you an Omron housing. They're doing this one on the other ROG, I believe it's what's the other one called? I've forgotten the other one. They're going to do that on the other ROG mouse as well. But the idea here is that they allow you to pick the Omron switches that you like the most. That's pretty cool. And in the box, they're going to include a different pair of Omron switches, so you can swap these out and then get the most clicky and satisfying to you. This is the Hyper M.2. This is a by 4, so Gen 2 by 4. Now, this is going to be really handy because a lot of companies are making these things, except they're including their own M.2 solutions because they don't want you to go out and buy, one of these and then a competitor's M.2. They don't want to just sell the bracket, but ASUS is in a position where they can actually make this, and you can go out and buy any M.2 you like and then install it into your PCI Express. It's very snazzy. I don't know. What do you think, Albert?
I think it's really cool, and I'm happy to see it because a lot of these PCI Express SSDs are really expensive, and this is a good way to get around it. What I want to see is, I want to see 2 of these, or even maybe 4 of them, or 2 on each side, so that you with a RAID chip on board, so that you can have 2 or 4 M.2s in RAID, and maybe even kind of like a RAID card, let's say, that had SATA 6s or SAS, and then with 2 to 4 M.2s with RAID chips on board, so you can have really fast SSDs through your PCI Express as well as a RAID card built into one single solution.
Awesome. JJ, it's really good to see you, man.
Good to see you, boss.
I've been monitoring your activity.
I have been monitoring your guys' activity.
Well, that's awesome. Let's talk about these monitors, man. We got a new 4K, but this one is 14-bit, and it looks amazing.
This is, it's pretty much going to be the super high-end radio. This is for the professionals, so the guys that are absolute image quality, purity enthusiasts. So this is our PA series, Pro Art series. Got a new ultra thin millimeter bezel, so it's great if you want to pair two of these guys together. Of course, it's 4K based resolution. It's full 709 color space rated, 100% sRGB. We've got pretty much all the connectivity you want on there. Mini DP, DP, HDMI. You got MHL 3.0, HDMI is 2.0 as well. 4 USB 3 ports. You got the full tilt, pivot, height, rotate adjustment parameters on there. It's absolutely just an amazing looking panel, factory calibrated out of the box. On top of it, on all of it, in terms of the pricing, we're going to be targeting a price point between $1,300 to $1,500, which I think is just amazing for this caliber of a display.
So now you just freaked out all the professionals. Let's go freak out all the gamers, shall we?
Let's do
that. Right over here.
Yep.
This is an extremely fast gaming monitor. It says 120, but
120 plus right now, but we have already confirmed that in terms of yield, we can produce 144 hertz. So this is going to be an in-plane switching glaze display, 144 hertz, 5 milliseconds response time, and 2516 by 1440. So for a lot of guys out there that were looking at the Swift, but we're looking to, they want to have that deeper color gamut, they want to have the richer blacks, they want that higher level of image fidelity, this is going to be the monitor for them.
Okay, I don't see any G-Sync logos. I mean, what is this?
That's
is this
right,
like DisplayPort 1.2a or what's going on?
This is DisplayPort 1.2a, so in terms of that complete specification that you're looking for on this monitor, it is there. Definitely there's going to be a lot more information coming about this monitor in the not too distant future, so make sure to keep it tuned. Tech Syndicate is going to break it down for you, to let you know all the good stuff.
To really verify, full DisplayPort 1.2a, all right?
That's correct, 1.2a, that's right.
Yes. Thanks a lot, man.
Yep, not a problem. Take it easy.
Cool.
These are rubber bands I got out of the kitchen.
All right, we decided to stop by the Deepcool suite. They've got several new ITX cases. This is the Tri-Stellar. You get it? It's like tri, and it's stellar. Do you see this? All right, so what they've done here is they've created an ITX case. This is a prototype. I mean, there's, this is like the only one. You guys are seeing the only one. And this is steel right now. It's very heavy. Like we're talking 30, up to 30 kilograms, just as it is. But they're going to be making this in aluminum as well, so it'll be much lighter. Now over here, there's an ITX motherboard. There's 3 different chambers to keep all of the airflow separate, and so that the heat from one component does not spill onto another component. So that's going to keep things nice and cool. Now over here, you got your motherboard, and you can fit a 120mm radiator, so that's pretty cool. And then up in the top, they've actually routed the PCI Express up here. And your graphics card goes up here, 315 millimeters in length in total, so that's pretty much the big guys out there. You've also got your I/O in the front there. And then on the back side here, SSDs. You can mount 3 of them on a plate, so it should be really easy to build with. And then over here on this side, you got some mechanical drives in the front and your power supply in the back. And again, you should have air flowing through each side. If you can't see the grates, there are some grates in different spots on these. Sometimes it's under here. I put the side panels on. I think I put them on backwards. I'm terrible. I put them on backwards. We have 3 more prototypes, and these are all ITX cases as well from Deepcool. This is the Pin Tower. There it is. Now, and this one, it's got an interesting look to it. On the inside, you can actually fit a few things in there. An SFX power supply goes in the bottom. You have room for a 220mm GPU. As far as your different options for hard drives, you can do one 3.5 and one 2.5. And it's going to probably be interesting for cooling because it's going to, all either probably exhaust out the top, right? So come in through the bottom, make a wind tunnel, and exhaust out the top. So that's pretty cool. And this one is their smallest case. It also is going to have a handle in the front, which I'm really looking forward to. But as it is right now, you can actually fit a lot in here, up to a 200mm GPU inside here. And then, of course, SFX power supply. You can fit a couple of SSDs. And then also 3.5 in the front, and a slim optical drive. So this one's nice size. Be really good for a travel LAN rig or something like that. And over here is the final one, and this one is a little larger, but it is still ITX. You can fit several more hard drives in there, and there are multiple different options. Now, first off, let's talk about the airflow. On the top here, you've got like some slotted grates, or just it's sort of a grate. It opens and closes. You can set this so that it opens and closes when you turn your computer on and off. And then we have multiple different fronts. It's already like a brushed aluminum, and this is a tinted plastic front. You can remove that and put on like a, let's see what we have over here. We've got an aluminum front like this, brushed aluminum here. Yeah, see that? See that brushed aluminum goodness? And you can also get like black brushed aluminum as well. It's a lot of air coming out of here. It feels nice. I'm just gonna hang out right here and just like cool down a little bit. It's cool. On the inside here, you can see we can fit large tower coolers and GPUs up to 260. So yeah, nice large GPUs can fit in here. And then we have some really interesting options for cable management. You see we have this here, it's like a shroud, and it also has the glowing logo on it. And all your cables can be tucked away behind there. Turn it around so you guys can see the back. But yeah, all your cables are gonna go right in there underneath where the CPU is, or the, right there, CPU, then the motherboard, all in there. Over here we have, plenty of honeycomb holes there. There is a dust filter already in place behind that, and that's going to be for your GPU to let it breathe. And this one has more options. It's a little taller, and they all have an interesting look. Now, they want to know from you guys, what do you think they should call these, especially these two? They don't have names yet. What do you think of them? They're in prototype stage, so if you guys have ideas, why not? But just let them know what you think. I'm curious to see how many hard drives we can fit in here. There's got to be extra spaces that we can like tuck away a few more hard drives if you want to get crazy. But these are not really about running 50 hard drives. They're about running 2 or 3 hard drives and creating a gaming rig or a productivity rig on the go, or just even a LAN rig. So let us know in the comments what you guys think would be cool for a name. And yeah. All right, we're also taking a look at some fans and a new Captain Series water cooler. These are all the branded Gamer Storm. Now take a look at these here. They said they took about a year to make. I like the fact that these are removable. That means that if you ever needed to go in and maybe add more, like oil or something, you could do that and give them a longer life. Also, they're dust sealed, but they say that it took about a year to make these. They have special fan blades that will give you better airflow, and they say they're also quieter. I haven't heard these yet, so I'll be very curious to check these out. And they come in the red. And then we also have the other one here in white. That's sort of specifically for the ASUS Tough with the the white shroud, the saber tooth, and the white Griffin. Or you can spray paint your entire case white, or you get a different white system. But they do have them in white as well. Next up, let's look at the Captain. This is the 280. So if you have fitment for 280 and you want to get something like this for 280, they have it here. Some people are really into the style of the water block. That's a big thing for a lot of people, just this general style of the water block. Other than that, we haven't tried this one yet. I generally like the 280s. They have decent performance. Also, the fans do have some slotted channels there to help cut down on the noise. So again, we haven't tried this one yet, but it looks pretty promising. I'm eager to try it out.
We all know HyperX makes gaming hardware, but they also have a YouTube channel centered on gaming culture that is about to hit 100,000 subscribers. Go ahead and click here to check it out. You may not know it, but Sapphire is sort of the AMD brand. They even make the OEM cards for AMD themselves. Click on the screen to see what's new and maybe some secrets. Thermaltake always has a lot going on, but this year they really have a lot going on and they have upped their game. Click on the screen to check it out.